The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Ashton, a city usually bustling with life, was settling into a peaceful quietude. The air was cool and crisp, carrying the scent of autumn leaves and distant chimney smoke. On this tranquil evening, the city seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the stars to emerge. Eleanor Parker, a hard-working nurse at Ashton General Hospital, drove her familiar route home. The streets were lined with Victorian houses, their silhouettes stark against the fading light. Eleanor, her heart heavy with the day's burdens, barely noticed the charm of her surroundings. The weight of exhaustion settled on her shoulders, urging her towards the comfort of her own quiet home. Eleanor's old car, a sturdy but temperamental Ford, sputtered slightly as it navigated the gentle curves of Ashton's roads. The left headlight, notorious for its eccentricities, began its familiar flicker, casting dancing shadows on the sidewalk. For a moment, the world seemed to pulse with the rhythm of the fading light. It was a minor annoyance, a quirky reminder of the car's age, but tonight it felt different. As Eleanor slowed down at a crosswalk, she noticed a figure emerge from the shadows. It was an elderly man, his silver hair gleaming in the twilight, his posture stooped slightly under the weight of years. He was looking around, a confused expression on his face. Eleanor, her heart always open to those in need, pulled over. "Can I help you?" she called out, her voice gentle and reassuring. The elderly man, whose name was Arthur, seemed relieved to see Eleanor. He explained that he was lost, separated from his grandson during their evening walk. With a warm smile, Eleanor invited him into her car, promising to help him find his way home. As they drove through the quiet streets, Arthur, his initial confusion fading, began to share stories of his life in Ashton. He spoke of the city's past, of its vibrant community and hidden treasures. Eleanor listened intently, surprised by the echoes of her own childhood memories in his tales. His words painted vivid pictures of a time when Ashton was brimming with life, a time before her own family had moved away. With each passing moment, the car seemed to shrink, their shared history filling the space between them. As they talked, Arthur pointed out familiar landmarks, his memory returning in fragments. He described a park with a distinctive fountain, a place where he used to take his grandson to feed the pigeons. Eleanor, recognizing the description, realized she knew exactly where to go. She turned onto a side street, a sense of purpose guiding her. The park was deserted, bathed in the soft glow of streetlights. The fountain, its water still and reflecting the moonlight, stood as a silent sentinel. As Eleanor pulled up near the park entrance, she noticed a young boy sitting on a bench, his face etched with worry. It was Arthur's grandson, his eyes lighting up with relief at the sight of his grandfather. Eleanor watched as Arthur and his grandson embraced, their reunion a poignant reminder of the enduring power of love and connection. As they walked away, hand in hand, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. In that fleeting encounter, in the heart of a city preparing for slumber, she had stumbled upon a moment of pure grace. Driving home that night, the familiar streets seemed different. The flickering headlight, once an annoyance, now felt like a beacon, a reminder of the unexpected turns life could take. Eleanor realized that even in the midst of her own weariness, she had found the capacity to help, to connect, to make a difference, however small. As she pulled into her driveway, the left headlight gave a final flicker and died. Eleanor smiled. It was as if the car itself had understood the significance of the night, offering its last bit of light to guide a lost soul home. The darkness that enveloped her car felt different now, not empty but full of promise, a reminder that even in the quietest corners of our lives there is always light to be found.